Okay. I'm about to do the intro.
Cool.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Back Alley Boys podcast. We are here 2 weeks later from our pilot episode. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we were not able to record the sound last time. But you know what? We're staying positive, and that's all right. And we're doing great things in our lives. We're fucking fantastic right now. So let's get right into it. How are you guys?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get this podcast going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We should probably introduce ourselves again.
Oh,
Anthony,
yeah. I'm Mez.
and then we got Daniel, and then we got Mez. Okay.
Yeah.
Hope. All right. So yeah. So how are you guys doing?
It's been all right. It's been a winter for sure. It's kind of cold, but also kind of foggy out in Toledo for some reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, Toledo's
Yeah.
pretty quiet.
Yeah, no, I went home for a little bit there, so I got to see the fam. But other than that, it's been just chill, working, grinding, getting to it.
Nope. Yeah, I just moved out to college. I came up yesterday, or I guess I came down yesterday, and then I moved in today, my room. But yeah, no, we had to drive from Michigan to Virginia.
How many hours is that?
It's probably like 8.5 without stops, but like with stops, it was like 10 hours total.
Damn.
But no, it's kind of like a tedious drive. The last 2 hours are like when you first see the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains are beautiful and stuff. But like you get claustrophobic and you get bored of that shit real quick. Like
Mhm.
because if you can't see like civilization for miles and you're just trapped in like this valley, I kind of go crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Oh no, I go
that's where
crazy
my school
driving
is.
through Ohio and it's just flat, and then you see a Motel 6 sign every so often. Those are the worst. Those are the worst drives, just like that.
Have you ever stayed at a Motel 6 or a Super 8?
No, thank God.
I stayed at both. They suck.
Oh jeez. No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't put anything past.
Yeah.
I think when I was like real young, I did, but it was only
Yeah.
once like that.
Yeah, not necessarily my favorite hotel. I stayed at a Comfort Inn this time, and it wasn't my favorite either. They had a stink bug in there, and
Ooh.
Perfect.
I hate stink bugs.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
We got screwed out of the junior year housing. I'm a junior, and I got stuck in the sophomore year housing, and this shit looks like a prison compound. It's like it's just like slabs of concrete stacked on top of each other,
Perfect.
and everything's just so it's depressing, man.
wait,
Yeah.
why did you get put in the sophomore?
It was like the junior year housing. I wanted to live with my friend. He's been my roommate. Well, he was my roommate last year, and then like we were best friends freshman year as well. So we didn't want to be split up, and the only rooms that were available in the junior housing were the ones that like there were singular rooms in separate apartments. So I'd be with like 3 randos. And people here are weird, man. Like,
Yeah.
we've had some drama already. Like, I'm telling you, people are white Southern America is something else.
How many people are in that, like, I guess, like, apartment with you or whatever? Dorm room with you?
It's like it's 3 other people.
Oh, it's not
Technically,
that
I
bad.
think my room's like a double technically, and it's supposed to fit like 5 people,
Mhm.
but no, it's 3 other people.
Okay.
When I walked in, it was messy as fuck. Hope they don't hear me.
That's never a good
No, but
feeling.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like a horror story. Like I don't want to speak too loudly. This shit is awful. Like I walked in, so my roommate has cats, and I love cats, but like the cat litter is everywhere in the bathroom. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to whisper. But yeah, the cat litter is all in the bathroom, and
Free my boy AK. Jeez, he's in jail. Damn,
Yo,
what the heck?
and I
could
didn't
not.
even have my food swipe. I left my food swipe at home,
Oh,
so
jeez.
I've been having to borrow my friends.
How close are you
Fucked
to
up.
like? Because like when we lived on campus, at a campus, I'm not going to specify which one. We had to have like where we had like either a 5-minute walk to our dining hall, but on weekends we had like a 8 to 10 minute walk. What about you?
Yeah,
How far are you?
from campus, I'd say if I'm really dedicated, I'm gonna like see if this light works. Is that better? Oh shit.
Uh,
I'll just do that. If I'm really dedicated, it can be like 5 minutes. We're closer than it. So we're closer. I'm just gonna edit all that out. So we're closer to campus than junior year housing, which is nice. But junior year housing is the new one that like they just built like
Oh yeah.
2
dang.
years ago. Super
That's
Yeah, no,
nice.
we so our first 2 years we lived at like the best housing on campus, and then like what did we do? We signed late or something for our current apartment,
No, it
or
was so there was a better apartment complex that we were trying to get, but
oh yeah,
they only had 2 bedrooms for the semester, and we had to move into somewhere for like the summer as well. So we didn't want to
Mhm.
move from this apartment to another one. We just was like, whatever, we'll just stay here for the whole time. And I
yeah,
mean, it's
Yeah,
all right.
honestly, it's not worth the hassle sometimes.
Yeah,
Like you always have that perfect like that perfect rooming situation in mind and it never works out. Yeah. Like
yeah.
you look at you guys. Like Mez got stuck with Daniel, Daniel got stuck with Mez.
no, actually,
Fucked up.
I remember in high school we didn't. I don't know what happened, but like we didn't plan to go to UT together. But I think it was Mez Snapchatted me or something like, "Hey, you want a room together at
No,
HAB?"
because what happened was we were at like a tennis match, right? And I told Daniel like my top 3 schools or something, and one of them was UT. And then you were like, "Oh, well, if you go to UT, if you want to room with me," and I was like, "Okay." So once I decided I was going to go to UT, I was like, "Oh, let me text Daniel see if you want to still room together," and that's how like it happened.
Yeah, we are 4 years later.
Wow. What a journey.
Yeah, no,
Anyways, I don't want to talk about school anymore. That shit's depressing.
Yeah, it is.
I got some dope songs that I've been listening to recently.
Fire away, fire
You
away.
hear Juice's new song with Young Thug. Do you see the music video?
actually, I just watched it just now, so yeah, I did.
You like it?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good music video.
Do you see it, Daniel?
Yeah, I did. I didn't understand. We have like a group chat, and a little earlier I looked at it, and I just didn't understand it. I like. I don't know. I mean, it was dope. It looked dope and like super high quality and stuff. I just didn't understand it. But there probably wasn't a point to understand it. I was just probably reading too much into it.
Yeah, I think it was just
I
I
never,
think it was just like for the aesthetic or something like that, you know?
Yeah, just
yeah,
like, hey.
I didn't really watch the
Yeah.
music video. I just kind of listened to the song. I like the song.
Yeah.
The music video wasn't my favorite. I mean, I just haven't watched it yet, so I can't really put judgment on it.
Yeah,
But
I was
Yeah.
nah. I don't know. What other songs have you been listening to? Or
Okay, so this is one like my little guilty pleasure. Sweetie and fuck, what's her name?
Doja Cat,
Uh
Doja Cat, Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Their new song together is actually like fire. Best friend.
yeah, that's
Doja Cat and I think Meg the Stallion.
Yeah.
They both remixed on that 69 song by Ariana Grande, and I just can't listen to it. But not that I can't, but I don't really want to. I don't know.
yeah,
And my
Yeah.
sister forced me to listen to it today, and even she agreed that like the original version was better, and I think so too.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Mm,
uh, the remix just sounded so messy. It was just like it didn't sound like the original song at all. But also, I don't
Yeah,
know the original song that well either.
I hate when remixes do that. Like they just try to get as many demographics on there as possible. Like they'll get one
Yeah.
artist from like every demographic. Like
I think they just wanted the get as many names and get as many streams.
it's just for the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remixes count for the same like analytics as the original song. It all like adds up.
That's why Lil Nas X was just popping up.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, okay. I got great news. Have you guys heard of the app Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse?
I got in.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what is Clubhouse?
You have to get
It's
invited.
like this new app. Like
Yeah.
it's invite only. And it's like I can invite you guys.
I'll bet.
But like you can talk to celebrities.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, like it's just like a voice app. There's no video, but you like hop in chat rooms. Like, wait, let me show you if I can get it on camera here.
Who's famous that is on there? Because if it's like
everyone, I'm
Paris
pretty
Hilton,
sure.
I don't want to.
No, it's like everyone's.
A
on
lot
that.
of people are on there.
Yeah,
like Meek Mill, you know, like
all
there's
the
a lot of
rappers
hip
on
hop
it.
people.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
I mean, they're the ones that made it popular. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I heard it's a really good app, and I mean, it's crazy.
I have 3 followers already. Oh no, I just followed a bunch of people. Who followed me back? Oh wow.
So is it like Instagram feed or is it like?
No, it's like Discord, but if like you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like really similar. Wait, what the? Oh fuck! Is that? It's mirrored. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Anyways,
looks like the Amazon app.
It looks like this, and then I guess you click one.
Yeah, that's a good a good thing.
And there's people talking in here
because that's the kind of platform.
Yeah.
Or I would say movement that we have going on here is this.
What is this guy? This is a business meeting?
Like what harmony and
yeah, it's IG networking and connections.
Like what it can do for each and every.
Wait, how do I get out of this room though? Get me out of here.
I would just close that.
Fuck. I guess I'm just gonna exit out of the app. Maybe the user interface isn't all the way there.
Oh, what if you only got invited to that one meeting though?
I didn't.
Leave it.
You can't download the app without being invited.
You can download it, but like you just can't get into it. You know, like they say, you once like once the app becomes open to everybody. It's not open to the public yet. Like it's private. It's like just invite only, which is like crazy to me. Like thinking about it, the fact that it started in one place and then like somehow that chain of invitations got to me. You know what I mean? Now it's gonna get to you guys. And it's like it's crazy how fast like trends spread.
Yeah. No, because I mean, it really was at one point just celebrities on it. So the fact that like that means like one celebrity's invite just made it way to you somehow. Yeah. That's nuts. That's the way it works. Yeah.
Who do you think is the celebrity that yours is the hand me down?
You got to try.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna be someone
like
unexpected.
The first celebrity in the branch.
Yeah, who's do you think like your branch? Who does it originally connect to?
Like, who does it originally connect to, or who's the most recent celebrity?
Oh, you can actually find
everybody would connect. No, you can't because
I guess everyone would connect to
2 different questions. Because if you're asking who's the original, that's like everybody's original. That would only be like one person, you know.
No, I mean like just speculate. Who do you think is the celebrity that you got invited by, essentially?
Well, I will say this: the way I found out about the app was watching the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah, that's what
he invited you.
Oh, same. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So
I didn't even know.
Basically, he invited me. That's pretty much how it is.
I think that's a pretty close bet too. Because I'm sure he recommended. I'm sure he
So
invited a
you,
bunch of people too. You know what I mean? So that's very
yeah.
possible. It's like, you know,
Well, you
like
can
Genghis
only
Khan.
invite 2 people. You only have 2 invites.
Oh, and you're gonna waste it on ours?
I mean, I'll take it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'll be
maybe I'll
fun,
take
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it'll be
If you
I'm
don't
good.
fun.
want it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna abuse that. You know who I'm gonna talk to first?
I gotta
Uh,
secure my account first, one second. Yeah.
I would definitely try and talk to like, probably like Harrison Ford.
I don't know if he's on this.
I highly doubt he's on here.
I mean,
I
I don't
don't
think
see
I
many
would
white
talk to
people on
anyone.
here. Like, literally
Oh.
everybody I've seen is like black so far. But maybe that's just based on who I follow, though. But I'm trying to.
No, then I would I'll change my answer. I'll talk to Wilt Chamberlain.
I doubt he's on there.
He's not
man.
on here either. I don't
You have
think.
some
It's
really
like
bad
young,
choices.
famous people.
Yeah,
But like,
Young
guess-
famous people.
like you
50
could
and
probably
under, I
talk
guess.
to. Yeah,
50 and under? Buster
Maybe. I
Rhymes.
don't know. 50 Cent is on here, I'm pretty sure, right?
50 Cent?
Isn't he?
Under 50. He's at 50.
I'm speculating.
No,
He
I'm just, I don't know
seems
how
like
old
the
he is.
type of guy who's on here.
That's some predatory dude. No, I
No, but once I
that's
send you
dope.
guys this, link, you guys can make an account
bet.
and see. It shows you like people in your contacts. If you link your contacts, then you can see out of the people in your contacts who has it, which is kind of fun.
No, I doubt any of the people in my contacts.
Yeah, no.
I had like 16 people who had it.
Really?
I don't have cool friends.
I don't save contacts very often, honestly. They're like, you have to prove yourself your worth to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's tiers too, because there's like normal name, where I just put your actual name. But then,
Oh,
is that just like commonly
I have a ton
recognized
of
too
friends.
that like people put like emojis only after the people that actually matter in their contacts? Is that like national standards now?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think so, but like there's always that girl who like puts it in your phone herself and then
Oh
does the
No.
emojis herself. So that doesn't count.
I mean,
Usually
like
that
you
person
could also
is
you could put like a disgusting face emoji next to someone you just know not to talk to, or like just
that's
like
bold. But I guess if you don't talk to them, it'll never come up.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
what I was about to say is that you guys have to download it first,
Okay.
and then I can invite you. You guys are real
Yeah, we can do
lucky.
it.
I could have like picked up
Yeah.
some girls with these invites. I could have sold them on eBay.
Yeah, thank you. I don't even know, what is it called?
Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse?
Clubhouse, not Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that's
So
dope.
I hope it's the one with the dude with the guitar or the ukulele.
Yeah, yep, it's that
Guitar.
dude.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Right now I'm on a social media break, like over winter break. I kind of just deleted Instagram. Never really used Snapchat, so I mean that was easy to get rid of. But Twitter and what else did I use? That's pretty much it. Even though Instagram was dying out near the end. And like it's honestly, I thought it was gonna be like an addiction, that like once I got off social media, I would just fiend for it and like be bored
Yeah.
but like honestly, it's been pretty I don't know. I found it a smooth transition that like I don't know. It wasn't that hard and I don't really feel that attached to it right now. So
It's a
jumping in
huge
through this
relief.
Clubhouse will be Yeah, no, it's not like I was spending hours on hours on hours of surfing, but like I know Twitter gets toxic, Instagram is just boring, so it's just like mind numbing, but like Twitter, I mean, you can
Yeah,
get
that's the
super
one.
depressed or like just laugh your everything off because Twitter is
Yeah.
wild, and I do miss that. But It's honestly
It's the
been
quick ones.
uh,
It's the quick ones that get you the most depressed. Like, I find that, like, YouTube and stuff, I never that never really, like, makes me depressed because it's, like, long form content. It seems more
yeah.
genuine and, like, it's a larger variety.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Plus
and I feel like th
the
go on.
algorithms fit to your whatever. Twitter, you just see everything that everyone in the world has put out there, and like
Yeah.
that's a
Wait,
risky thing too. Because
Twitter doesn't use, like, machine learning or anything like that?
no, there is, but I think mostly it's like you can like set filters or preferences or whatever to have like the most popular tweets on whatever to show first.
Okay.
Uh, but then also like you follow one wrong meme page and your thing is done. Like
Yeah.
your whole
That's what
page is just
happens with
full with like
Instagram.
communism.
That's what happens with Instagram. I feel like Instagram, like, they really send the point home that you clicked on that one dude who you kinda thought was funny. They like
Yeah.
you click on him once, and, like,
Yeah.
yeah, the next they show, like, his whole backlog of posts.
My thing with social media is that like it's like Snapchat, Instagram, those ones I really don't care about anymore. It's Twitter is what really gets me, and I'm like on there. Like I can stay on Twitter for like a good 20 minutes straight and just be like either
Yeah.
laughing my ass off or like literally looking at the news. So it's just like
Um,
it's a weird mixture, and like yeah, I should probably take a break from it soon. Just like to like get
yeah.
refreshed like Daniel did. But
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
Yeah,
honestly,
YouTube is pretty much the only app I use right now. Like, social media app.
but does YouTube really count as a social media app?
I
I
would
mean,
say
yeah.
yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I spend my most time on YouTube then.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like um I mean you can get so many things out of YouTube too. You can go for like social media type things, you can go for news types things or um but then also the rabbit holes of YouTube are just
Yeah.
they're just so
Yeah.
insane that you
So
can find all this information so quickly. It's
yeah.
And like
awesome.
the weirdest of information that you would never think you'd actually go to look for. But then it'll
Yeah.
just be there.
Dope.
But something recently on my timeline has been like the whole um well, I mean, James Harden got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, and I know not a lot of people care about that, but
I heard.
that's pretty huge in the basketball world this year. It's up in the air how they'll work together, but like to have another super team like that is insane. It's
Yeah.
exciting for basketball, and like
Yeah, it's James
um,
Harden, Kyrie, and um,
Kevin Durant,
KD,
Kevin
yeah.
Durant.
yeah.
Yeah.
So three of like the most prolific scorers, like almost of all time. These are insane players, and with James Harden being on the Rockets for the past, I think, like almost 7 years or something like that. Um, his loyalty towards Houston and the Rockets organization was kind of called into question. Um, and then I kind of got into this rabbit hole of is loyalty even important in the NBA, or even just in general? Is loyalty always the best way to go, or is selling short, and taking the easy way out, is that just as effective?
Well,
Um,
I mean, for me, with the James Harden situation, I don't think he sold short because I mean he spent 8 years in Houston. So I mean
no, but like,
that's loyal enough. I mean, the way he went about leaving Houston, maybe like you could question his loyalty,
no, yeah, but
like forcing his
I think
way
I
out
think a
through
lot of
trade.
the criticism comes from people thinking like his lack of effort, like that he showed a lack of effort and like a lack of interest to be at the games and playing and stuff. And I can
Yeah.
see that. I can see how he didn't necessarily look like he was taking it the most seriously, but I don't think that's necessarily his fault. Like, it's really hard to fake certain emotions, especially like if you're one of the greatest players. Um, if you're one of the greatest players in the league, I don't think you have to be loyal for shit because you have like a legacy to worry about. And that may like sound
Yeah.
like narcissistic for the player, but like I don't know. I think
Because I mean, the legacy for him is as much about his business as well as. Because I
yeah.
mean, like, if you have a better legacy or like you're perceived a certain way, your shoes are gonna sell more. You have better brand deals. So I mean, like, if he's going to go through his whole career being a great player, but he never won anything, then he's
Yeah.
not gonna have. Yeah, he's not gonna have the same as like LeBron winning how many championships. I mean, LeBron's LeBron, but
Yeah. And he's just playing basketball, the sport he loves, and it's like he doesn't owe anybody anything really, you know?
yeah. And I mean, the
So is
second the
that
Rockets didn't like him, they would have traded him away. So, like, it's not. Is it different the other way around? Like, if other people, are you fine with being loyal, but other people aren't loyal to you?
Right. That's true. The organization's not loyal to you.
yeah, no, I
You'd
mean
be right.
he was traded there, I believe.
Yeah.
And they were young, the Heat or the Thunder, I mean, at that time. The three of them were young, and I mean James Harden was what? He won 6th man of the year or something like that. But still he just got traded away, and there's so many times like that too that like they just trade
He was
away
on
these
the
big
Thunder?
players. Yeah, OKC.
Yeah, he started on the Thunder
Wow.
with
So now he's
KD.
back with
Yeah,
KD.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a crazy, but I think it worked. I think it's gonna work. Maybe, possibly, probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just exciting for something big like
Yeah,
that to happen because like
and it's something different too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it
It's always
causes
nice to shake
ripples
it up.
everywhere. Yeah.
Does loyalty
Um,
matter in real life?
yes, that's. I mean, for me at least, loyalty is like I feel like as a person, like to be like friends with someone or like to be in like any kind of a business relationship or just like any kind of relation, like you kind of have to have some loyalty or at least faith in that someone is
Yeah.
not. I don't know about loyalty is a strong word.
It is a strong word.
Yeah,
yeah,
Definitely
because
people
like
have different definitions.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like yeah, like loyalty has a certain connotation that but I'm just gonna use the same word. But like just to be devil's advocate, but like I think yes to your friends, you know, you have to be loyal and stuff, and but I think when I'm going through a transition period now that like I'm going to leave college within the next semester, and then who knows what's going on with next year, and like it made me think of like loyalty in terms of like long term, like how am I going to be the most loyal friend, you know, my next year or whatever, and how am I going to and I kind of had to think to myself, and you know I kind of realized that like at least the pandemic has allowed me to kind of cut out some people that weren't the best or whatever and yada yada. And
Yeah.
um I think loyalty has its I've learned that loyalty has its own place and its own whatever. But I think ultimately like you got to do whatever you got to do. You know, like if you got to move to a different city, you know, and leave some friends behind, that's just how it's going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not
I,
and I'm not like because like the thing is like Mez and I right now we're living together and I leave and I'm not talking about it with that that's a different context with him and I, but like some people here like how do you remain loyal even though you know
I mean, the
that's a
word
big question.
loyal, for me at least, it's like when it comes to loyalty. I mean, like I feel like if like let's for say you said that you're gonna move to a different place, like you don't like. I feel like I have friends that I could talk to maybe once a month, but like once we meet up again, like we're still best of friends anyway. Like I I feel like obviously people are gonna move, time like things change, but I feel like some friendships can withstand that, but others it's
mhm.
like I mean when it's just a school friendship, it's a school friendship, and like
Yeah.
you know what it is like when you're in school, your friends. Like I feel like some friends, like I mean, you don't have to talk every day for like 40 hours a day. Or I guess that doesn't make any sense, but it's some friends, like, it's distance doesn't matter really. You're still friends regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for me, I definitely don't like constantly texting and constantly, like snapping and things like that. That gives me like a lot of anxiety because I feel like I have to respond in a certain amount of time. And like for probably my strong, like a lot of my strongest friends, I don't really talk to them that often. And it's still like I don't talk to them every day, and it's still like a sustainable friendship. And I think there's a right amount of space for that every friendship needs so that they don't like burn each other out. You can only like take certain doses of certain things. And I think in respect to loyalty, I kind of agree with you, Daniel, there because there's nothing that says you have to be loyal to somebody. There's just consequences when you aren't, and it's up to you to decide if those consequences are worth it or not.
Yeah, no, I kind of building off of that too, that like, um, okay, I lost my train of thought, honestly. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Consequences, and I
I was
blanked.
saying that loyalty isn't like an inherent rule that people have to follow. It's just it's the opportunity cost, really. Like if you are okay with the consequences of being disloyal to somebody and how that will affect your relationship, um, then it may not be in your best interest to be loyal to that person. You know what I mean?
I can see what you're saying.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, oh, sorry, you can go.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, so when I see like the whole loyal thing, it might be throwing me off, but like when I leave, like I don't see myself like if I like leave and move to a different city and like maybe me and Daniel don't talk to each other that much like as we used like I don't see that as me being disloyal. I just see that as there's just distance now. And
Yeah.
maybe like when I think about the whole loyal thing with friendships, it's more like if you dislike someone and like I still mess with them, like we're still friends or like I'm cool with them. And then you're mad about that and then like you feel like I'm being disloyal. And I'm just like that's where I like it because I don't believe in that. Like if you're mad at
Yeah.
someone but like we're still cool, I don't think that your
Yeah,
guys' issue is my problem really.
Right.
Yeah, I just
It's
think
like yeah.
I mean, kind of playing the opposite too. I was thinking there that like it's kind of hard to be um I don't know how to word this properly, but uh like loyalty to a friend, like we always say like that's a quality that we would want, it's more clear in like romantic relationships that loyalty is, more so kind of tied to what is it, fidelity or whatever, that like you're going to stay true to one partner, if that's what your choice is. And with friendship, I'm kind of building my understanding of what a friendship relationship is. And, I've kind of understood that like loyalty isn't as expected in that way. And that like there always is that air of, I mean, once you kind of get past that first kind of friendship barrier, but like, I think when you first meet a friend, there's always an air of like, oh, this doesn't always have to be this way. You know what I mean? Like we don't always have to be friends or I don't know. I think loyalty is so different in friendship relationships that like it's not as expected, I think, as much as we say it is, that like when we're kids we say what are the three qualities, maybe being, loyal to you, maybe being honest and whatever. But I feel like with friendships, I don't know that I look for loyalty that much. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was a really roundabout way of saying that, but
I,
I don't know that I place that much whatever on loyalty.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's definitely respective to each person. Like each person has their own idea of loyalty, and to expect that somebody else is going to, move in the same regard, trying to have respect for the loyalty of the friendship. To expect that is kind of unrealistic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
well, I
And
mean,
two, oh, you go ahead.
sorry. For me, like, if, like, so let's say, I think I just keep going on to like the moving, like the distance in it. Like, if someone moves away and then like you were like best friends with someone or something, and like they move away and like they like ghost the person, or like something like one of the friends ghosts each other, is that still like friends? Like, because that's where I would see like the loyalty coming into question. Like, if you're like just gonna completely like you just like don't become friends anymore, like you just never, then like that's the only way I would see the loyalty coming into being a factor in like a
Like, is it
friendship.
once a friend, always a friend?
I mean obviously people drift apart, and but like if like I like you move away and I text you about something, or like I say happy birthday and then you just like completely ghost me
Mhm.
like forever or something, then I'll be like, okay, then we're just not cool anymore. But I
Yeah.
mean, obviously people grow apart, and that's why I'm just like,
Yeah.
it happens. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I think too.
maybe. Oh, sorry. You go.
I mean, this kind of would change the topic, but you go ahead then.
Okay, I was just saying that maybe we're getting hung up on um,
The
the
word
word
loyalty.
loyalty, in the sense that um, we're placing too much. Maybe we're placing too much weight on it, in terms of, like, it's not necessary. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be disloyal. Like, maybe
yeah,
we're trying to qualify it too much.
yeah.
Maybe loyalty
Yeah.
is just kind of like a phenomenon, but not necessarily one that, is morally good or morally bad.
Hmm. Um, kind of changing the topic, like I was saying earlier, that like, or what he was saying, people drift apart and whatnot, and I think with friends, especially as I compare from high school to college, and I actually have kept in contact with a lot of my high school friends, and even in college too, I've kind of changed, and I've been recently looking into like personality, human personality, what makes it up, and whatever. And I think with friends especially, I think um, you know, when you're with each other, you build this personality together, that um, you know, your strengths and weaknesses play off each other and you kind of become this persona, and that's normal. Like, you have a different personality with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers and all this stuff. And I think with friends, it's a lot harder, I guess, because with family, when your personality changes or you change or something, it's a lot easier to adapt to. But I think with friends, I'm finding it personally, at least, like if someone has changed, I find it a lot harder to connect back with them, and it's not a bad thing. I think just what Mez is saying too, that you just change and you move on, and
Why do you think? Why do you think it's like that? Why do you think? Because I know that people get mad when their friends change,
yeah,
and like, but at the same time, there's almost this expectation that if you're truly friends, then you can get over everything.
I mean,
But to me,
it is.
that's not really the case.
Yeah, like I see it as like as you grow up, you are gonna maybe something that you didn't think was important is more important to you now, or you find something that's more important to your life, and like your ideals might change, and then like they don't line up with the friends that you have at the moment, and then you slowly, but like it happens, you like drift apart, and then you end up making new friends, and they make new friends, and then like you don't talk anymore. Like it doesn't have to be like a bad breakup or anything, but like you just slowly drift apart. And when you get into like the whole, when you're mad at someone because they don't like the same things as you, I feel like that's just on you, kind of, because like
Well,
you just
no,
have
it's
to
not like that. It's like people change. Sense of humors change. I mean, something as simple as like, oh, I don't know, I don't like sports anymore, or something like that, and that can change. An entire conversation where before an entire conversation can be held just on talking about basketball or whatever. But if it's not an interesting, there's so many things that can change. And with
Well, I think a lot of
friends,
that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
um, with friends, it's weird because like what Anthony was saying, like we're expected kind of sort of to make it to pull through with the ones that are worth it and whatnot. But like, how do you know that? And like that kind of fine line is where I'm walking right now. And because I feel that I've changed through college and even since high school. I'm still able to connect with them because um, you know, we just have a great time. We're a good group of guys or whatever. But like there are also some other people too that is just too far gone. And I think that's such an interesting dynamic right now too, that coronavirus has allowed us to make that easier, that process easier of separation.
Mm. Yeah, I think there's definitely a difference in the way we get to know our family and the way we get to know our friends, and how that affects the sustainability of the relationship. When you think about it, we
Mhm.
get eased into knowing things about our family members. We learn things about them from a young age, and every once in a while we'll get a few surprises. But because we spend so much time with them from an early age, um, you're kind of able to tolerate things because you don't have that jarring, like, oh, I don't even know you, this isn't you, you know what I mean? Like, you sort of begin to understand like the totality of the person, whereas in a friendship you kind of give them a single face. Like you're like Daniel was talking about the personality, like you have a specific personality when you're with that friend, so it can be jarring when that's sort of broken in some sort of way.
Said that's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Okay, what's the next topic?
Trump killed someone.
Let's do
Um,
more topics. And
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Anthony,
yeah.
do you want to talk about any one of yours that you had?
we can do like
Any
I
one of
also
my
have
topic?
I also have that citrus is in season right now, guys. So buy your lemons, limes, oranges, grapefruit,
I
Oh,
enjoy
any of
nice.
those. All of those can be stored at room temperature if you didn't know. Go ahead and
Awesome.
keep them out. You don't need to put them in the fridge, but they're in season.
Nice.
This is sponsored by
Yeah,
Takita.
I love my citrons, my citroids, whatever they're called.
Citroens. Yeah, the cars, yeah.
Yeah.
Citrus. Now, did you have any
Nice.
topics, Anthony, other than
Yeah, I have some topics,
the citrus
You know,
industry?
I mean, I see here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm bringing up. Okay, yeah, I got some tea. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a little drama that happened in my school. So,
High
so we
school?
got. What'd you say?
High school or college?
No, like here, like this semester, like on the car ride here, some drama that happened in the email thread. This was crazy. So, our school, they postponed sorority and fraternity rush, and they kind of like shortened it or whatever, and they also made it so that our spring break is like split up, so nobody can like leave campus and then
That's how
come
we
back.
are.
You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Standard. And this one girl, sorority girl, she emailed a lot of people. She emailed like pretty much the entire student body, including like the COVID council and like the president and stuff. But like she didn't mean to add the entire student body. Or maybe she did. I don't know. She never really said, but it seemed like it was kind of a mistake. But she sent this long letter, and I'm talking like 10-page thesis, peer-reviewed, Oxford Journal, on how it's unfair that the school is subjecting sorority girls to, the hardships that they need to go that they go through by not being able to rush and not being able to gather with more than 10 people. And then she also talks about, this is not the behavior I expect from the greatest school in America. And I'm like, what? Since when? These people think.
No,
Not
right?
even. I'm like, in what metric? In what metric? These people, like multiple people said this on the thread, that this is the greatest institution in America.
Well,
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have any of that at UT. UT is
Fucking crazy.
people are fine.
No,
But anyways, the whole thing like sparks a bunch of rage, justifiably so. Like it's pretty much rich against poor, minorities versus white, and it just spirals out of control. And let me just, I don't know, maybe I'll get expelled for saying this, but fine.
no, don't shut her out. Is that what you're gonna do?
No. I'm not gonna say names or anything. I'm gonna look at some of the messages that sent, because like it got heated. When was this? This was yesterday, I guess. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. So there's the original email and everything, and then I just started getting a bunch of emails and notifications. I was like, what is this? And I see this guy say like, you're joking, right? And I'm like, ooh, what is this? So that's when I clicked on the email, and go on. I keep losing track of it. Okay. And that's when I clicked on the email. Let's see what else I have. Everybody's being like so dramatic. And of course I jump on the bandwagon. Did Craig leave?
No, he's just
No,
saying
he's
that he
okay.
hasn't heard anything.
Okay, good. Yeah, everybody's being so dramatic. This girl's like, a mistake that has truly shown some of our peers' true colors. Because she CC'd people on the email, she listed like other students of who agrees, like these people agree, you know what I mean? So they got outed too. And again, like I think this was a mistake that she added everybody in the student body.
Yeah.
Glad to see our student-run satire publication released a new article. And then there's there's Republicans coming in to like try to defend her and stuff like that. And I'm not even. I hopped in and I said April Fools, and like I don't think what she did was that bad. I just think that it was a blatant display of ignorance on her part.
Yeah.
Talking about putting people with underlying conditions at risk, and talking to a student body where there's a minority of students who are very active members of the student body and who deal with certain hardships that a lot of people, most people at the school would never understand. And I just think it's astonishing how incubated these people are kept from the rest of society and how little they know about, certain struggles that other people go through. And again, in one sense, I kind of feel bad for them because it's like you're living in such a small bubble. You have no idea what's outside of it. And in some sense that's all of us. There's certain things that we're all ignorant to that we have no idea. We can't even comprehend.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the fact that I don't think she meant to out the whole or tell the whole student body. I think it was probably just a letter that she was trying to write to like maybe the higher ups, and she
Yeah.
just sent it to everyone. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, she definitely doesn't seem like she at least acknowledged that people are going through like a really really rough patch right now, and that
Yeah.
maybe rushing isn't
It's very
the
selfish.
yeah.
And I think
I think
oh yeah, go on.
I think like when I see someone wearing a mask incorrectly nowadays, like this is, January 2021, like it's so much time has passed since that got old. Like
Mhm.
it's just amazes me that like even after all this time and how everyone else has changed, there are people that are just not willing to give up and not willing to just I don't know, just chill out, I don't
That's the thing. It's
understand.
impressive how they just still don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
and
after
I mean,
everything that's happened.
I don't understand too the want to go out and stuff too, because like even I haven't been out, but like I don't think any bar is full. I don't think any club is full, and
Yeah.
I don't think they're having insane. I mean, I'm sure that it's happening. Rich people are rich and they're gonna do rich shit, but like for the most common folk, I don't think much of our lives are popping off right now. Like I everything
Not at
can be
all.
put on hold. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really selfish, and it's like I do have some sort of empathy for her, because I don't think anybody deserves necessarily to be. Well, I mean, some people do
Deprived.
deserve to be publicly ostracized, but I don't think she necessarily deserved to be publicly ostracized. And I do kind of regret engaging and saying like April Fools. I thought it was kind of funny at the moment, and I got a lot of laughs from that. Oh, I got to DM this girl. Um, yeah, I got some laughs from that. We'll just say that. And but no, I do feel a little guilty about sending that. But
Yeah.
at the same time,
Yeah.
in the greater scheme of things outside of college, like if I met this girl and she didn't go to my school, I can give two shits about people at this college compared to like people in my community, people in my life. These people, they're living a different life. And in a lot of ways, it's just not comparable. Um, yeah, it's hard to fight ignorance with words. And it's hard to describe things to try to unveil to try to get rid of some of those the ignorant thoughts, because there's some things that you need to experience, and you can't be told about them in order to understand them. Like there's certain things that certain people are incapable of learning, all of us.
Mhm.
And what do you think about that?
I mean, I just feel like like you just have. I guess everyone right now is sacrificing, and like it's just not her. Like I get it might mean it probably does mean a lot to her that she has to
Mhm.
like not be able to do like that experience, or some people aren't going to be. But I feel like right now everyone is kind of not doing that experience that they were supposed to be doing at this moment. So
Yeah.
like I feel like you just kind of get over it, or just gotta get over it. I
Yeah.
mean, it sucks, but we're there now. That's where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, mental health is a very real thing, and I do think that she probably is going through a very difficult time. And but it's one thing to have mental health problems and be poor and be, dirt poor and not have any resources and being working a job, at a grocery store where you come into contact with a ton of people every day, putting your life on the line.
Yeah.
But if you're rich and have mental illness, I'm not saying it's easy in the slightest, your mind is your greatest enemy. But it definitely helps not to be poor. Like
Yeah.
mental illness plus the pandemic, like pandemic. Oh,
Oh, Daniel disconnected.
is Craig still there?
Yeah.
Was it just me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your video shut off too.
Just a sec. Just a sec. BAB. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back. I don't know what happened on the app just shut down.
Oh no, that's fine. Let's see. Yeah.
What?
Your video is not here.
Yeah.
Oh, is it still not?
Still waiting. Yeah, it's loading in.
Let
I can try to leave.
me try that
Or
too.
no, you try to leave again. Yeah.
Yoo-hoo!
There you go. At least for me.
Ooh. Maybe if I leave. Oh, okay, I see him now.
Okay, cool. You're not in yet though.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you can see everyone, then
Yeah, I don't need to see anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about.
No, I was just gonna say that I think the pandemic affects a little bit more people than one, which is
Yeah.
mental health. But yeah, no. Enough of that.
A little bit more fun of a topic. What do you guys think is your future? What do you now that we've lived in dorms, we've lived in houses, what do you guys prefer? Like apartment style housing or housing style housing?
For me, it really depends. It depends on like who I'm with. Like if I'm living by myself, probably an apartment, just because I don't think there's a necessary need for a house, or like me, or just like one other person. I don't think there's really a need for a huge house
Yeah.
or like a house at all. But I mean, I'm guessing once I grow up, I would probably feel different, and I'll just want a house, just so that like I don't have to worry about the person below me or the person above me making too much noise. Or I
Right.
guess at some point you just want privacy, and I guess that's what a house brings.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably want a I like living alone for sure, and I'd agree with Mez that apartment to be better for that. Definitely starting out. So like in the future, I definitely want to probably have my own apartment. I want to live in a city, and once I get old enough, settle down in the suburbs. Classic
Yeah.
American.
Classic
I
American
do agree
dream.
with that. At one point, I do want to move to a city and just see how living in a city is like.
Yeah,
Because I don't think I've ever. I feel like that's an experience you kind of need.
yeah,
That at least I want to check off my bucket list. Just like I've lived in a
yeah,
city for a couple of years.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Uh,
you are right now, technically.
Yeah, but it's
no,
like,
no, it's
it's
not.
like
It's not a.
I mean, like in the heart of a city, like on the
Yeah,
We
outskirts,
have
no,
we
like
have everything that it takes to be a city. Like we know we might have the
on
population
paper.
number. We might have we have everything on paper, but like it doesn't translate to the actual. It still looks like most of middle America. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It still looks like that. It's not there's nothing specific that or grandiose about it.
yeah.
So I
Feel that.
wouldn't call this city living. This is more like suburb living because I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I
yeah, I
agree
mean,
with that.
yeah.
I
How about you, Daniel? Oh,
oh, sorry. Yeah, no, Daniel, you go.
I mean, I had nothing else to say, but
I mean,
suburb living, yeah.
you never
Oh,
really said if you wanted to live in an apartment or in a house.
Oh, I think I moved on from house. Like it's just so much upkeeping to me that
mm,
like I guess I got tired of it over the past whatever years that I've lived that I just don't want to do that. I honestly don't. And
yeah,
also, I think living in a city for me is my ultimate. Like I don't want to stop in a suburb or whatever. I think I would not stop in a suburb. That's the wrong word. I would prefer to. I just love living in a city and like
yeah,
an apartment like that does not sound terrible at all to me. Honestly,
yeah. Definitely cities are the place to be when you're young. Like
yeah,
a lot of energy, and there's just a lot of people your own age. It's hard to meet new people in like suburbs and stuff. I couldn't even imagine. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
like
oh,
I
dating apps in the suburbs are just it's hard.
not it. Yeah,
It's hard.
trash.
I
I feel
can't
like just
imagine
people are
doing
just
that.
more interesting in cities, anyways. Like
yeah,
the people you find on suburb dating apps is like,
They're
like in
pretty
cities, it's like,
sketchy.
oh, she's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because I
know
feel
what
like
you're
people in the
getting.
city are like to be living in a city. You can't just be doing nothing. I mean, you can't be doing. You got to be like grinding or like doing something to be like
yeah,
Mhm.
in the mix. Like you're in the city, so you're doing stuff. Like when you're in
yeah,
the suburbs, you're just living life at that point.
yeah. You're kind of
You're just
stagnant.
yeah.
Yeah,
When you're in the city, like you're doing stuff. Like you're in the mix of everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
that's
would
dope.
choose apartment, but I'm not gonna close it. Housing is going. It's getting cheaper. Maybe not. I don't really know, but